Okay, no, let's actually look at post those things now. As in we're going to go live soon. We're not live yet.
Actually, we are live.
No, okay, no, we're oh,
We're live!
okay. It was like just a second off for some reason, and the Blues Brothers and Princess Leia. I mean, Carrie Fisher was in the Blues Brothers, but just like having the Blues Brothers to be like in the Death Star, that's interesting. Hello lads, enemy badasses. It is time for like the New Year's edition of Such Justice Alchemy, and I have no idea what we're going to be talking about, honestly, because I haven't prepared. I haven't like catch up on my news podcasts as well.
I can just throw out a topic if you want.
Absolutely.
Feel free.
How are you doing? Yes, go ahead.
Would any of us, and I do mean I guess us in this podcast, would we ever attend the Times Square New Year's Eve celebration?
Oh God, no.
No.
Okay.
There's like 5,000 people. It's impossible to get to Times Square. You're going to get robbed. You're going to be touching people, and they're dirty. And there's rats everywhere, and you're going to get mugged. It's New York. Everyone gets mugged in New York. Because Rudy Giuliani. They elected Rudy Giuliani multiple times. Don't go to New York City.
I thought it was because of Mayor Perkins. I thought Rudy Giuliani cleaned up the streets.
He just Disneyfied Times Square. That's all
Yeah.
he did.
No, New York is fine to live there.
I forgot to post it on Facebook and Twitter. Okay, it's posted Tumblr, co-host, and Blue Sky. Just like and now I'm just like posting to like all the
Nope. The Friends opening credit sequence was filmed in Burbank, California, too. Back lot of a studio known as the Warner Brothers Ranch.
God damn it.
the television shows has lied to us. And then there's like also the times where people would play like, well, which of the friends are you? And it's like, I don't care. I'm myself. I'm some random.
Let's see. Are you the abuser, the guy who licked wall candy as a kid, or the extreme homophobe? Oof.
I'm just some kind of geek. The like non-binary person.
And yes, I just called Ross an abuser.
Yeah, honestly. It just it's how he felt like he like owned Rachel or something like that, or
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Dismissive of her career, her choices, possessive, jealous, controlling, complete piece of shit.
So honestly, for New Year's, I don't have like much plans of like anything. I do. It's just another day, and like tomorrow is actually a holiday for the company. But if I was allowed to, I would like come in tomorrow. I came in yesterday. I was actually surprised that like I was allowed to come in yesterday because I was figuring that like holiday that like no one's gonna like come in on Saturday, or no one wants to come on Saturday, because like if like people normally work 8 hours on their weekdays of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then come work 8 hours on Saturday. It doesn't. Those 8 hours on Saturday is not counted as 8 hours of overtime. It's just extra 8 hours because of the holiday on Monday. That's counted as holiday hours and not regular work hours. And so the 8 hours on Saturday until with the other 4 days totals up to like 40 hours, and you do not get overtime, and unless you work over 40 hours in a week in a pay period as well too. I will get paid overtime only because like I'm probably going to work like 12 hours on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or at least try to, if I wake up early enough, as it were. Because like as always, and I wrote a co-host post about this as well too. So at least I'm trying to work as many hours as I can. So any extra money I do, I accrue, I give to like Joanna Roberts, Sue Phoenix, and to Joey Firelane Deer, and such and such and rest.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous of you, Gig. I wish I'm a worker. I'm honest, but I don't put in overtime at my job to help my friends, I guess.
To be fair though, I'm not really working those hours. In fact, like yesterday, I only like think I clocked in 10 hours, but I only like work 4 of them. The rest of the time, I was writing a huge like post on like co-host, and then I play Fortnite for like to get my dailies done, and that's about it.
Ugh. Oh my God! Robbing. You are stealing, robbing. You're a thief. Ugh. Oh, and you just admitted it in public. Your boss is still gonna watch this and fire you.
My
You're
boss
fired.
my supervisor walked in on me as I was playing Fortnite on the computer.
And he promptly fired you. I'm sure.
No, it's like they don't micromanage me, and I prefer that. Honestly, as long as I get my job done in time, that's all they care about. They're going to probably be asking for like a certain job by the time I come in on Tuesday, unless I like get in there early enough. As well too, because like always the thing is like once one job is done, they work on the next one, and they wait, what, the next one's not here? Why is the next one not here? And no one can figure out what to do when like the next job's not there already to be like worked on or something like that. And I'm just like twiddle on your thumbs or like scroll on your phone or something like that. Do something else while I finish the next kid as well too, or figure out like what to do when you have downtime. I don't know. It's just like this schedule and like there should never be anything that is hot. Just please, there's like nothing that's hot. It's like these the hot job, hot job, hot job. I just hate that.
So you're saying you're not aroused by your job. You're not sexually attracted to your work. Okay, I get it. Nothing hot.
I kind of want to like tell people, especially like autistic people, that there is no such thing as a dream job, because
Oh, I know.
you're probably not gonna get it. You're probably gonna get like a working class job after
Yeah.
school,
It doesn't
because
matter how much you love your job. When you have to get up and do it every day, no matter what, it's work.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The
And it's capitalism. They'll suck all the joy out of it no matter what.
Yeah.
Although maybe it wouldn't be as bad as if I worked at the visitor complex of the Kennedy Space Center, but I don't know. Actually, I did talk to some people down there who live in Titusville, where Kennedy is located, and they tell me the place isn't good to live in, and they don't pay you that well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Tittiesville.
Probably,
Mm-hmm.
probably.
Just being juvenile.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't respond.
Yeah. So. So yeah, Joe McClure, you're the only one in here, and I'm not sure if you're even in here in the live chat because like you had to restart your computer as well too. So hope you're like back. Um, it's so what
He said
what's
had to
happening?
restart his computer, not have to restart my computer.
But he hasn't said anything since then. What's
Well,
so
that's
wrong?
because we haven't been interesting. Although my Tittiesville comment was fire.
What's everyone been up to?
Just driving. Saw my parents over Christmas. That's about it.
Yeah, I haven't. Christmas, like it's just another day for me. Again, I would have like gone into the plant to do work on Christmas Day or on the day after Christmas, Boxing Day, because that day was also like closed as well too. I kind of appreciate. What do you do for Christmas, Isaiah?
No, I don't know if you saw some of the pictures I put on Facebook, but I spent time
I think I did.
I spent time with my adopted family.
Mm-hmm.
I bought
Yeah.
I bought a lot of like stuff. I put it. Hold on, let me go get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I bought that blue flight suit for myself,
Mm-hmm.
and then my adopted family.
Yeah.
Gave me this.
Yes.
That's a Space Shuttle Endeavor.
Yep.
A model kit. They know you well. I told my family, like, please don't buy me anything as well. But like, they one of them was going to buy me something because weren't going to give money to my friends in need. I just like know that. Which was 2 video games off of my Steam wish list, which is like, oh, something. And
But I
then
thought you were a cat communist. Why do you didn't want to buy shit? I'm just kidding.
I gave my reasons to my family why I didn't buy my family anything. I just don't want the hassle either. That's just like, it feels like a chore, which is also like how I feel about putting up Christmas decorations, which is like the only thing. I changed the password because I got an email from like a service that sent in a recovery code. Oh, yeah. I think I gotta like change my Facebook password because unless I send in a request to like to recover my Facebook or get a new password from or receive a code from Facebook, I think it got like I figured something out as well too. But anyway, what was I saying for
No presents because you're a Grinch.
because it's like it probably is like a selfish thing because like trying to save as much money as I can, and even though presents is like a one time in the year thing, it's like still expense I'd rather not have because I'd rather like I said, any extra money I give I want to give to Joanna, to Phoenix, and to Joyfire Reindeer as much as I can. But it's just like as I said in my co-host post, which I haven't shared yet to like the other places in my own social media, it's just like it's getting like hard to do so. Building that like should be like building that should be quite a endeavor. Joe.
Yeah, all I did was just buy a bunch of like stuff for the space station I'm building. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Joe, but for that, 5 minutes.
Our only chatter in the chat.
Well, he earned it.
It was quite the endeavor. Yes. Oh, we love puns around here. Puns, puns, puns. Such a punning time. Um, but anyway, I have also not been like keeping up with like news podcasts either as well too. Just been watching too much like Twitch streams at work while also working. Sometimes while actually also working, and other times just like doing nothing but watching the Twitch streams as well too. So much Fortnite content is out there. But anyway, hey Phoenix, yeah, how you doing? I just shared your links that you saw there. I did mention your links at like on Steve's Patreon for like a quick second or a minute, so in the last minute of the live stream. So like, as well as share the links in the live chat as well too. So hopefully, you never know. Hopefully, you get a good donation in today or not. We were just like sharing what we were doing with Christmas as well too. And again, it's like honestly, if I was allowed to like come in. Actually, not. Maybe I would actually like come into work today, even though it's like so. My father was sick actually, so that's why we didn't do the Christmas dinner, or holiday dinner last week as well too. Please don't send me to a gay baby like jail. No. So, well, that's up to John Brockman, and that's only if you do.
Actually, oh wait, no, they're mods. So yeah, it might just be me.
Yeah, it's just you. Yeah, you're the only one that can like put mods into timeouts. Mods cannot put other mods into timeout. I tried. Or people have tried on me. Because like there was one time where it's just I was watching a live stream and I mobbed for the, like that channel. It was Chris Winter's channel. This was years ago. And I was doing like end of month inventory. So I was like scanning things as where I forgot to click over to the program of where I'm scanning things and it'll put it into the program to like calculate things. So instead, the scans of like this part number and this quantity was actually going into the live chats of Chris Winter's like channel. I had to be put in a timeout for that. They were like, "What the hell is going on with Summer in the Geek? He's like he's being possessed by like a robot or something like that." And it's just like,
no, that's capitalism. He's been possessed by the spirit of capitalism.
Anya Polite Conversations, Nice Mangoes was a guest on that like a Kevin and Chrissy happy hour too, so I was embarrassed too. But also I had to redo all those scans because it wasn't put into the program at all. And it was just like crap. I have to do more work again now.
Even you had to do any work, Mr. Fortnite.
This was before I was playing Fortnite. Yeah, it's even Kevin Lowe's like, Oh, you're doing like doing inventory while in live chat. We got work to do. It's just it was kind of amusing. I haven't talked to Kevin Logan in a while. Probably should do so.
I haven't
Occasionally
watched
get
his or Christy Winter streams in forever.
yeah, that was like
Because I don't really want to watch 2 or 3 hour videos anymore.
treat it as like the podcast and just listen to it.
I mean, that's what I normally do, but I mean, I don't necessarily want to sit in my computer chair for 3-4 hours at a stretch. It's not the
Oh,
most.
that's why I play a video game while I'm also doing that if I happen to do that.
Hmm.
Like Fortnite. Or Lego Fortnite, which is like Minecraft now. But anyway. Uh,
So what
it's
are your
See.
guys expecting for the new year?
2024 politically is just going to be liberals berating
There is
people.
going to be a presidential election. It's going to be a shit show. Trump is going to be the Republican nominee, and it's going to be close, but I don't think he's going to win.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I hate that like the choice between for the general election in 2024 is most likely going to be the fascist criminal in Trump, and then Biden, who's like doing everything in his power to assist in the genocide in Gaza, including bypassing Congress twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm working for the squares. Yeah, Phoenix, I'm working for the squares. But again, so like I said before, weeks ago, before like the week setting up for the year-end inventory, at least they did it at the end of November and the beginning of December instead of like now, because that would be the pain. During that week, I was just like playing Fortnite to like do my dailies as well at work on the work computer because Amazon Luna cloud gaming as where get to play Fortnite in the browser, and like my supervisor caught me doing that. Then didn't that problem with that? Apparently they are aware of it or like don't care as long as I get my work done. And it's just like, so yeah, I sneak in my getting my dailies done in Fortnite at work as well too.
Where do you work at now, John?
It's the same company that I worked for before. As I worked in the stock room of it because like it's the mini warehouse where it's just like I'm not receiving, but I receive stuff from receiving, mostly materials and like other stock parts, and then put them together in the kits and like send it off to like mostly assembly, but sometimes fabrication and stuff like that. So
So
it's like
Boeing.
I don't. My company works for Boeing or like the supplies Boeing, but I don't work for Boeing. I would just like name it that. I work for Boyd. Never heard of the company before, because they just bought out our company GM nameplate, and and it's like and Boyd is part of Goldman Sachs or is owned by Goldman Sachs, is where our financial institution. So and I said this to like my manager. It's like complaining about it because Boyd is a $1 billion revenues again. So profits $1 billion a year, and apparently that's not good enough. We still gotta like rush jobs out. We still gotta like meet orders. We still gotta like meet demands as well too. And I should share this picture. I took it on my cell phone, but like it's like they got like these like sliders like slideshows all around the planet on TVs, the big TVs, as and it's just kind of like our projections for the next year, and that's a bunch of random crap like that. And one was like how it was before with like this one product line where it's like it takes like 5 people and we like produce 4 parts and we like revenue $4 million or something like that. I don't know. And then it takes this amount of time. Our plan is to produce more parts with less people in less time and get more revenue. And I'm just like, you're expecting magic to happen. I should share that because that is like our company. That is the parent company. That is the managers, higher ups, and the like upper management's ideals of like a good working like uh that's their management skills. Just expect more like less people for like um in less time and profits. It's just like I don't know why life has to be so hard, Phoenix. I wish I had like a good answer. Capitalism, I guess, because like yeah, as per usual. You're about to say something, Isaiah?
Now I say that's one reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be hard, Phoenix. It just is because of capitalism.
Yeah. Then, and yeah, I kind of like mentioned this in like my co-host post. I probably should just like share that to everywhere since I mentioned it so much like here. Um, yeah, that's okay, Phoenix. I understand. Um, is that like so like years ago, and we kind of like said this like little Anna, hello there, how you
Judy!
doing? It's a good New Year when I at least see like you pop in the
You're
chat.
super married. You're old and married. You're going to bed tonight at 5 o'clock because you're old and married.
Are they gonna have kids now?
Little Anna has never wanted to have kids, and I'm sure that was like brought up and like with their partner, with her partner as well too. And was
No,
using
that's probably what the French were worried about and why they didn't want them to get married. They were worried that she'd give him an anchor baby.
I can see the French government.
I don't know if that's not a thing in France. I don't think they have birthright citizenship. That's pretty.
Yes, right.
That's not unique to the U.S., but it's kind of rare.
But again, the French did have an empire, so I mean, they did colonize a lot of people.
Mm. That's fair to let you know you're too old for kids as well too. Kids are just so cats are enough as it is anyway, and like yeah, it's like sure Phoenix can like tell as like Archie speaking, Mom, I can be the pack to listen for you. Yes, Archie, I give you full permission for that. You don't need my permission to do anything though. You're a cat, and I'm an anarchist.
Archie's
I
a
don't-
dog.
I don't
No,
know.
Archie's a cat.
Is it Loki, the dog?
It's Loki that was a dog, and that was like Phoenix's parents' dog.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I want to have kids.
I, me, at this point though, it's just like again, I haven't like me time for like my personal life, if ever at that, and like so I don't know it will be in the cards at all. If my partner already has like their own kids as well too, I'll be that I have no problem being like
You have a
the
girlfriend?
no, I don't. I'm
Oh.
saying if.
You said
If I have a partner and if my potential partner already has kids, I'll be like up for that as well too. That's what my oldest sibling fell into as well too. Their partner already had like two kids before, but then they got married and like have two more as well too. And it's like our plan is to like make more money. It is for our employees to do work better, faster, for less money. I'm demanding more money, but I don't know. I honestly don't know if I'm ever gonna. I mean, sure, I could like make one if I put a lot of time and effort, but I'm not. I'm not on menopause yet. But nope. Yeah, that's again. It's a lot of work, and it's just like, what's the payoff of having kids? Honestly.
There's an enduring satisfaction of knowing that you have contributed to the reserve army of labor.
But I'm still like a part of his pack. I'm reminded when I visit. Okay, yeah. I'm talking about Loki the dog. Yeah,
Loki.
Yeah, that's cool. Loki. But it's like I wonder why people do want to have kids, which is like for very different reasons as well. And sometimes it's just like they love babies. No,
Sometimes it's social pressure.
yeah.
Some people have a fetish.
Sometimes it's religion too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes it's their like their parents or mother wanting to have grandkids.
There's probably some sort of biological bullshit going on there too.
Probably. And like of course also a lot of times it just happens. Like again, do not drink and park because accidents cost people. I was not an accident. I was actually planned. My two older siblings were accidents as well. They were not planned. But I was planned to be a girl. I would have been named
The best laid
Elizabeth.
plans.
Yes.
Or the best plans after getting laid.
But like, I think it's like growing up. There's like issues I have with my father of like his parenting practices, and I still see that like, and as he like raises my nephews and like my step nieces. Were it's weird because my stepsister has 3 kids now, and she lives with like my dad and her mom, my stepmom, and it is my dad and her mom, my stepmom, that is raising 3 kids, and not her. And not that like the father is like not in their lives. I met the kid's father. He seems like a nice enough guy, but I think my mom does not approve. My stepmom does not approve. Her mom does not approve. I mean, at my age, it's even more difficult. That's a good point. Like they got lit on. It's like, Phoenix, you're home. We miss you. Why do you smell like a cat? But Rose and I were all accidents. Yeah. I wonder how often it is actual accidents as well. It seems like the vast majority of times it is.
But gotta remember that according to Bob Ross, you can call them happy little accidents.
Oh, or as like many like Christians would say, like, oh no, it's part of old God's plans. We're here for a reason, and it's just like.
Or if you're Trump, they're the price you pay for having a live-in fuck toy.
Was that a little misogynistic, that's a little?
What's that? I would say that I'm accusing Trump of being misogynistic.
Yeah.
Do you think he actually cared about any of his wives or children?
No, I don't think so. He's a narcissist. I don't know if he cares about anything else about himself.
Mm-hmm.
Said how many documents is he up? He's like 91 and
indictments.
So many trials. Yeah, 91
let's see.
So many trials and like civil trials as well. At least one civil trial in New York. Where like,
I wonder. Nope. Google doesn't have a counter. I was hoping it would have just Google number of Trump indictments, and it would have just a little a rolling counter on the front, but no. Let's see. Indictments. Wikipedia doesn't have a simple counter either. It says he's been arrested 4 times.
That part's true. We know
he has a total of 91 felony charges in New York and Georgia. Doesn't say anything about federal charges. Oh wait, that might include the federal indictments.
Yeah.
I wonder what if Obama had 91 federal indictments. Would he be allowed to run for president? I don't think.
No, he's black. He would have been convicted already, and therefore he would no longer. No, that would just mean he's not eligible to vote. Because remember, Eugene V. Debs ran from prison.
Yeah. Honestly, what does disqualify someone from running for president of the United States of America?
Being a foreigner.
Yeah,
or a woman.
Yeah, that's right. You have to be at least a natural born citizen in order to run for president, and at least 35 years old.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger would be a good president.
No, he was a Republican. I mean, he was a California Republican, but he was still a Republican.
He's not, and so far he seems to be like a non-fascist Republican, one of those rare ones. But
you mean a useful idiot?
Yeah, a useful idiot. I agree.
Because I would class Mitt Romney as one of those.
I agree, too. Yeah.
And I would not want Mitt Romney as a president either.
No. It's like, I want most Democrats as a president. I don't want presidents, period, as it were. Because, like...
Mitt Romney a Mormon?
Yes, Mitt Romney is Mormon.
Yes.
I remember my first time going to a Mormon church. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Was it also the whitest thing you've ever seen?
Yes,
did they say, oh, my lucky star is a Negro?
Just like in like a blast from the past.
That is exactly what I was quoting.
That's one of my favorite movies.
It's a good movie, actually. I think more people should see it, or at least give it a chance. Let's see.
Do not see The Whale, even though that also stars Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser? Yeah.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser.
Because that movie is so god-awful fatphobic. It is monstrous.
I imagine it is by just like looking at the title and like what it's like.
I mean, the fact is, you could have something like The Whale and then have a considerate, kind, compassionate piece about disability or something like that. Yeah, but no, it's just 2 hours of this guy being abused by his estranged daughter.
Yeah.
Showing him as disgusting and awful. It's ugh.
Yeah. my husband is in Leon. Flora is at her parents, and then Friday I got a letter telling me my application for social housing is rejected. So I'm quite depressed. Fucking hell. At Phoenix, I think
Alone
my
and still
baby.
technically homeless.
Yeah, and like Phoenix said, and I think my baby cousins were also accidents as well too. Honestly, so many people have, like luckily like have they live close to their cousins, like their like families don't like spread that live too far apart as well too. And like my aunt and uncles, and some of my aunt and uncles in like in Michigan, like at least are in the same state, so they can like drive to each other to visit each other. I never had that luxury. My parents like were the only ones to move out to like here to Washington State, and it was for or my dad to like at work. Again, my older brother, my oldest brother was an accident. My older brother was an accident. It was shotgun wedding my dad and my mom, and the first job that my dad got, I'm like, well, yeah, you have to like move to like get there and to like to start the family as well too. And my dad started working at Boeing. Which is also why I don't think he even got his qualifications for to being a civil engineer too. But like he didn't need it to work at Boeing, and it's been there ever since. So there you go. And it's interesting to let you know how you mentioned of like how you've been like rejected for social housing, which is terrible how like many times many people have to like constantly prove that like they need the assistance the benefit systems. And yeah, people tell me that like, well, that's why for people in poverty there are the benefit systems that like many government programs and other assistance that like help people out. Yet everyone in the live chat and many of our friends can tell it's like, yeah, but like it's they don't have the nearly enough resources to be able to serve the people that they're supposedly supposed to serve, and many times the people just get rejected.
Hmm.
Uh,
Capitalism.
yeah, it's just like because and even some people would just like to they hear about someone on like SSI or Social Security and just like that and think down on them because it may be because like they met one person that all they do while on SSI is like play Fortnite as word too, but I
Yeah,
just
they
think that
just sit around being black and wait, no, they they're welfare queens.
yes, exactly. Uh,
I gotta be honest though. I there are Hispanic people who. Oh, okay. Hold on. Before I get to
Oh,
that
are you
point.
about to say something racist? Don't do
Um,
that.
no, actually, I wasn't. Although I've heard Hispanic people say this. Actually, there was a teacher that I used to work under, and he was like it was almost like he got it off of Fox News where he got his like welfare queen information. He because
uh,
Mm.
it was like these people are going into Best Buy and they're taking their welfare money and they're buying flat screen TVs and Xboxes. I'm like, how on earth do you do that, first off? I just walk into Best Buy and like, hey, can I get this flat screen TV? I have my food stamp card. Like, or like, what?
Yeah, that doesn't happen, Azor. Leonardo said it was rejected because my husband doesn't have his legal papers yet, and we will apply together when he has them. But it's like disheartening. Okay, well, like hopefully that's all that it is as well too, and like hopefully he doesn't have like difficulties getting his legal papers as well, which is can be a whole thing there as well too. You know what? That's it. That's a good question and topic to like bring up, and to anyone in the live chat as well too. New Year's. Do we do anything? Like Isaiah asked us if we would go to like New York to like.
I'm gonna watch it on television. That's about it. I'm just gonna watch like, oh, this shit that we do every year. I thought about wanting to go one day, one time, but I'm just like, yeah, that because like you're crowded in there like sardines, and you
Yeah.
get out, and I'm sure that's like a safety hazard if
Oh yeah.
like a stampede or something happens. So
Yeah. That people that honestly do get like killed and crushed to death, like stampedes at like concerts as well too. That like was an
Hmm.
issue with Travis Scott at like one of his concerts were, and people do also blame the recording artist Travis Scott for not doing anything to to quell the crowd, calm down the crowd, or at least like give a public service and like that. one of the cars I did went to, Trivium, the league server did like address that. And it wasn't like we were at a big venue where we're just at like the bar. Oh my God, I got the name of the establishment I was at. It was in Soto in Seattle. But either way, it's like no, you should like if you're not careful and if people are not careful, yeah, you can really actually crush someone by just like trying to get up to the stage and be as close to the stage as possible, pushing people as well too. So like, yeah, and like some people don't like big crowds like that, and I get it. I've been to conventions, Emerald City Comic Con. It can be really ridiculously crowded, and it's like, yeah,
That's
uh,
why that's why the bands I go see, it's like at most, well, I haven't seen them yet, but like at most, it's probably around 50 people,
yeah.
maybe less than that.
Mhm. It is. Probably should go to like local shows, but like I should mask up so since the pandemic's still happening. As I had friends that like did get COVID over Christmas as well, and so that ruined their Christmas plans, honestly. And Letourneau said, "Nah, now that we're married, he will have them." But like French bureaucracy is the whole circle of hell. I can imagine. Yet, like in November, someone told me that France was socialist. I really had to correct that liberal. It's just like, hey, I even
Oh,
asked,
they parade as they're social, like I guess they're more socialist relative to us.
but how so?
Well, I mean, we'll see. Like, do they have like
They have
unified
Muslims, at
based
least
on?
one that we know of.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're
France is a liberal democracy, the same as us. It has about the same level of socialized stuff like disability care and medical
Yeah,
care. I mean, oh wait, no, I think they're slightly better on medical care sometimes.
pretty much that's about it. They're slightly better on social services, but like, again, to this liberal I was talking to, they literally define socialism as like social welfare, as in the government does stuff, as
Hmm.
the government
The
provides more
more
social
stuff the
services.
government does, the socialist it is. And when the government does
Yes.
enough stuff, it's communism,
yeah.
which is
Or
distinct from socialism because
or
of
if it
reasons.
or if it helps people, it's socialism.
Actually, I think this liberal is kind of like an anti-communist. Well, liberalism is anti-communism anyway. But this like liberal, it thinks I think to this liberal, communism is just USSR, and
Mm.
was interesting conversation trying to like explain
All
that.
communism is Stalinism. My dad actually said
Yeah,
that.
this, but of
So,
course, again, a liberal, and so like in political conversation with a liberal is interesting, especially like a political minded like a liberal like this one. But like she insists that like no, it's important to have structures, as it were. So she would be a anti-disestablishmentarianism, as it were, which is like one of the longest words in like English language. But like a person who's a anti-disestablishmentarianism is someone who's against people who are against disestablishing the establishment. So people for disestablishment as well too. Then it's like yeah, I agree, Letourneau. France is absolutely not socialist. So we have some
Hmm.
levels of social like healthcare, but we're far from like even NHS. Which is this is something, and like Bedford can say something about that, especially how the Tories have been trying to like disfund it as well too.
Hmm.
interesting.
Yeah, is so, but like
In short, France is hot garbage.
yeah, his own level of hard coverage,
No,
which is why
it's
the riots, which is why the riots happen in France ever so often.
at least the French are willing to riot. Fucking candy ass Americans.
Yeah. Yeah, we have like done some protests as well too, but like yeah, the upcoming election year, I'm not looking forward to having political talks with liberals. It's like and since like Charles Cursor, I'm sure I butchered that name, we have seen a crazy level
Sarkozy.
Sarkozy, and we have seen a crazy level of Americanization. Uh, remind me, let her know who Sarkozy is.
Former
Was he
president.
was no, okay, a former prime
He was
minister.
the Bill Clinton of France.
I see.
Neoliberal asswipe.
Yeah, not even Soviet Union, Soviet communism was Stalinism. Yeah, Yeah, exactly. It started out as Leninism, as it were, or Vanguard Party, as
Hmm.
it were, too.
First, you had
And
Marxism. Every time I try to learn about Marxism, I always have to give up when they start talking about dialectical materialism because that is so wrong. This magical thinking about history proceeding in stages and trying to analogize from a pot of boiling water to the necessity for revolution. It's like analogies don't work that way.
and yet, like, this liberal that thinks that, like, humans need hierarchical structures as well, too.
Mm.
And I hate that way of thinking. It's not quite the best, almost similar to, like, how people say there's always hierarchies. And I'm like, how? How are there always hierarchies? I,
Well, shut up.
and just because there's no, and also like you go using a naturalist argument is like just because things are always this way doesn't mean like we should keep it this way.
Remember
I'm
the
like,
Indus Valley civilization.
I'm gonna be
No
honest.
hierarchy.
I'm gonna be honest. I think we do kind of need hierarchies. I need to know who's in control of something.
why is that?
Because I need to make sure that they're, I guess, like let's say like a power plant, right? Who's in control of the water coolant for the reactor? Anybody?
As a, but like, why
That's
can't
not
we
necessarily
all?
a hierarchy. You can manage that through distributed, egalitarian structures. Anarchists recognize that person who's doing the job is in charge of doing the job without being in charge of other people.
Yeah, it's where it's like we're not against expertise. Again, the classic quote from like Miguel Bakunin back in like the state. Am I against expertise? Perish the thought. In the case of like making boots, I will consult the advice of a bootstrapper. The issue is unjust hierarchies. Yes, exactly, Latrano. So
Okay.
it's and this is a great example that like I would use. Okay, if I were like a crab fishing, or I'm a crab fisherman, or like in like a war or something like that, and I think this has did come up in Catalonia and the Spanish anarchists as well too with the militias. They did select someone in that group to be like the leader of the group to say let's go here, let's go here, let's go here, and it's probably but it's better to like vote on who is that person as it were because like then you will trust that person to like lead you out of like dangerous
Mm-hmm.
situations and again it's in like life and death dangerous situations or like on a craft fishing boat as well. I if I'm a greenhorn that have like very little experience, I will trust the advice and the expertise of someone who has like been craft fishing for years and
Mm-hmm.
that sort of thing too.
That's
But again
how the pirates did it too. At least during the brief window of the golden age of piracy, they voted on the captain, but the captain was only in charge during combat, like during an active chase and during boarding. Otherwise, the crew decided everything. They decided on the officers. They decided on what course they would take. They decided on whether or not they would give chase when they saw a ship.
yeah. And I think David Graeber, may he rest in power, brought this up in his interview with Charlie Rose, where it's just like, okay, so a doctor and patient, as it were. Now, there definitely is problems in the medical system, as it were, and that hierarchical, unjust and hierarchical structures there as well too. But if I'm sick and I don't know how to like get better, I will trust the advice of the doctor, and that's my doctor. So there can be a mutual and consenting
Mm-hmm.
a hierarchy there of doctor and patient. But once I'm healed and I'm better now, I thank my doctor. But now we're got
I mean, the
equal.
thing
Then
is, again, that's expertise. That's not.
yes, exactly.
That's authority in the sense that just of expertise. They don't have the right to tell you what to do and force you to do it. They have the right to
Exactly.
advise you.
Hmm.
You know. And we have to be careful about the idea of justified versus unjustified hierarchies. Um, night, night, Judy.
Night night.
Because once a hierarchy of any kind exists, it becomes self-justifying
Mhm.
and very difficult to get rid of.
Yeah.
Perfect example would be again the French. Um, they have a council or the government agency or what have you, something like that, that decides what is and is not the proper French language. And once upon a time, when they were first founded, they were kind of revolutionary. They standardized orthography and pronunciation and accents and so on to try and understand what the fuck everyone was saying. They accepted wholesale all these things that have been adopted from other languages, and then they turned into arch-conservative pieces of shit, and they refused to accept any changes since then.
Yeah. Again, it brought up in Dawn of Everything. It's like, um, in like the sciences, is not that like the proponents of a new theory is able to convince the proponents of the old theory that this new theory is better and we should like adopt it as word too. How new
Mhm.
theories in science like gets adopted is when the proponents of the old theory dies off.
I will find you that quote real quick because I know who said it. That was Max Planck. Let's see. Actually, no, I'm just going to go directly to Google Drive.
And that's a
Because
good point, like a joke. That's like that's a general rule for sure, but like pirates are very much not monoliths, which is true for a lot of things as well too. Feminism not the monolith. All feminism not monoliths. Oh, Limpy, you're sick again. Sorry to hear that, Limpy. That's also probably why you're here and watching this just as Alchemy. And thank you for checking us out as well too. Because normally you will be like out doing praxis, like helping people, helping our unhoused comrades. And actually, I think I do have that like link in the links in Charity League's like page for like the a project that you worked on, or you do like praxis for, Linp. But I will find that as well too. Yeah, here it is. Opencollective.com. South Bay Mutual Aid Care Club. Yeah.
how do I not have that awesome quote in this set of slides? Ah, it's Max Planck. Okay.
There's, but like as you're doing that, I will quickly thank our patrons as we're the New Year's
Yep,
Eve.
we forgot about that.
And last time to thank our patrons who are scrolling down the bottom, I'll read off of there. Like you can check Patreon to see if we got any new ones that have included. Thank you to Von Rock, Ely, Mithro, the Fuck Boys, which is including me, Joe, who's in the chat right now. I think Marty might is still like a patron of ours. Yep, and the Kama Sutra Scholar, if she's still a patron of ours as well too. It looks like. And a partridge in the pear tree. Yes, this is the seventh day of Christmas as well. So we're going to get like not only 7 swans of swimming. How they're swimming? Do they come with the pool, or is it? Or they like we receive them? They just arrive at the like that pool that's or lake that's like behind our house or something like that too. And then
Christmas was
finally found it.
only on Monday, and now it's New Year's Eve.
that time happens. So the quotes.
Eine neue wissenschaftliche Wahrheit pflegt sich nicht in der Weise durchzusetzen, dass ihre Gegner übersiegt. Okay. A new scientific truth does not generally triumph by persuading its opponents and getting them to admit their errors, but rather by its opponents gradually dying and giving way to a new generation that is raised on it. Metal as hell, 1905.
Yeah. You can speak German well, I'll give you that.
I've studied it a bit.
The only German I've known is that 99 Luftballon song.
99 Luftballons.
Yeah, 99 Luftballons.
99. That's
Nine.
German for 9 and 90. 99. 9,
That's such a-
9 and 90. 90. 99 Luftballons.
Actually, I think that's quite a bit of language. Just like I do 99. It's like 9 and 90.
Oh, the French are the worst.
Oh, that's right, Phoenix. I think you don't mention that to me. Okay, then I'll know. Like, okay, there's not the $25 that I give you every month like on that. I'll have to like give you. Well, I'm probably gonna give you money anyway, so I'll just like have to like factor that in as well too. I often just frequently like just check my accounts to see like okay, what are charges, pending charges now? What are my pending future charges before like my next payday is worth to? And how much money do I have after all that? Or it's like that sort of thing too. And so yeah, I have to do that every time like Joanna Roberts asks me for something or DMs me, can I spare some cash for food? I do that thing almost every day, also every payday as well too. See how much extra money I have. Because I will charge up my credit cards up to their limit as well too.
Definitely doing the Lord's work, that's for sure.
Yeah, keeping myself in like debt in order to do the Lord's work as well too. Yeah. I wish I didn't have to, but like I want to, but I want to help my friends, so I'll do what I can. Then, because many of my friends, like I said this story before, when my friend Tammy Wolf was back when they like were streaming, she was streaming, I should say. She did like put up a fund to like get her name changed legally, and she said, Jonathan, do not give me money. If you do give me money to this legal name change, I will berate you. I was tempted to just donate like $10 right then and there to see if she will follow up on that threat and berate me on air, on stream. I donated $1.37, to which she still said, like, can you afford that, Jonathan? He's like, yes, I can afford that. But yeah. Uh, it's yeah. And so so speaking of New Year's, this is a thing. New Year's resolutions, as it were.
I plan to save more money.
Yeah, I would never have a resolution like that, as where it's explained, because like I would like I said in my co-host post, I probably should just like share that there where it's where too. I just like if I give them $2,000 right now, the here and there, it's like great. I'll put it right to my Chase credit card, which guess that's the one with the highest interest rates. But like I would then immediately just like either give it to Phoenix or charge up that credit card to give to Phoenix or give to Joyfire Reindeer or so on and so forth, so that they can eat or like you know to pay off their bills and stuff like that.
Where does Joey live? I'm just curious.
Joyfire
Nodak,
Reindeer, yeah,
North
somewhere in South
Dakota,
Dakota.
Oh,
or
Not
the
South
Black
Dakota.
Hills.
Yeah. Mhm.
interesting. It shouldn't be that expensive to live out there.
Well, you
And
still have to pay
yet,
for it. Mhm. Oh well. Also, if you
also
do
multiple
not have
children, disability, and no job.
Got
and
it.
no income, the Joey was unfortunately denied like SSI too
Hmm.
or SSDI, and I don't even know if it doesn't look good for them to have their food stamps to work too.
Yeah, I
I
still
had
haven't SSI yet.
yeah, uh, I had to do that even to have a chance to get oh fucking hell. That's right. So you did have so things you had to close your Patreon just to have a chance to get your the TDAP, Temporary Disability Assistance Program. So it's that stupid thing where it's just like, hey, are you sure you're poor? Are you sure you're poor? Are you sure you need assistance? And it's just like you got to like jump through hoops, and go back around again, all the way back to like the Mordors, where travel all this around like over the hills and through the woods, grandma house again to prove that like you are in need of assistance as were. And even when you get the assistance, it's like still not much. All this work just to like be able to live, just ugh. Not
Capitalism.
a terrible system.
Well, it could be
Eh,
worse. Could be snakes in
Yes.
here. Oh wait, there are.
Well, it could be worse.
Generally
We
speaking,
could be living in the Taliban.
we are. They're called white evangelicals.
Mhm. My resolution is not to have a revolution. It's both like it is both a paradox and regressive and recursive. Yeah, I just like so I never even I hate mean testing so much. Yeah, I hate that. And liberals are and Democrats are in favor of mean testing too. Because like
They're the worst.
that's yeah, because like that's why I kind of even though like David Graeber again may rest in power in his book Bullshit Jobs and proposing a solution to bullshit jobs. He first stated why he fucking hates policy anyway. The mere concept of policy. He wrote a whole thing about that, which I like wrote somewhere in the Discord, and I'll find it when I can. But it's just like so he would absolutely hate to like be someone to like so he hates the concept of policy to begin with because like it's beholden power to like a select few that can well control us as well too,
Hmm.
but the state and the government as well too. But then it's just like but if I were to propose a policy to look to the problem of bullshit jobs, it would be a unconditional basic income. What the people have brought up about like leftist critiques of like the UBI as well too, and that's like notwithstanding.
Well, the thing is,
But
give
like
everyone free food, free rent, free healthcare, or free food, free housing, free healthcare, free clothes, and then suddenly you don't need UBI.
Yeah, exactly. But also but like it, so that like people, but like that's why but he also says unconditional. So it's like people he brought up, what you're going to give like Jeff Bezos like $3,000 a month? It's like that, but
Yeah,
he
it
should
won't
not
make
get that.
any difference to him, and there's one of him for every 5 million of us, or 50, 60, 70 million of us. So
Mhm.
why not? Who
Yeah,
gives a shit?
but like that's why he wants it to be like unconditional.
Hmm.
Because like he doesn't want any mean justice as it were. So yeah, Bill Gates will get like the same 3,000 as everyone else or whatever it is. As but like just
But
having
let's
it
be honest, the point of means testing is not to make sure that Bill Gates doesn't get it. It's to make sure that
yes,
poor people don't get it.
yes, exactly. It's a because
Specifically
we
brown people.
yes, exactly. Uh, it is a way for like it is a way to like find to deny people like that service so that like only the deserving can get that service as well too, and also to save money in that like service as well too because like being cost effective
Hmm.
is a cute little murder noodles is uh sneaks. I
Snakes.
don't know. Snacks.
Snakes.
Cute worm. Ah, I see. Never had that before. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So like there's a paragraph quote from like David Graeber and like the final chapter of like Bulls and Shop. Another reason I hesitate to make policy suggestions is that I'm suspicious of the very idea of policy. Policy implies the existence of a elite group, government officials typically, that gets to
Hmm.
decide on something, a policy, that they then arrange to be imposed on everyone else. There's a little mental trick we have often played on ourselves when discussing such matters. We say, for instance, we are going to do something about like problem of X, as if we were a society as a whole, somehow acting on our own ourselves. But in fact, unless we happen to be part of that roughly 3 to 5% of the populations whose views actually do affect policymakers, this is all a game of make believe. We are identifying with our rulers when, in fact, we are the one being ruled. This is what happens when we watch a politician on television say, "We shall do what we shall do about the less for the less fortunate," even though at least half of us are are almost certainly fit in the category ourselves. Myself, I find such games
No, I think you'll find that I am a temporarily embarrassed millionaire.
Right.
right. Yes, exactly. Continuing on. Myself, I find such games particularly pernicious because I prefer not have policy elites
I'm
around
like
at all.
the next Andrew. What was his Carnegie? Yeah, and I'm gonna be the
Age of
next
the Conqueror, yeah.
in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I wish I could be that easy. Because if I instantly become like a billionaire right now, I'll find ways to get rid of my billions for one thing. And like,
Why don't you
oh,
just become Taylor Swift? Sing a song about a lost love. Make a lot.
Be
Bam!
born to a third generation banking family and have your dad buy a record label. Easy.
No, better than that. Make a sex tape like Kim Kardashian, and then you could become a rich person. Isn't that what
uh,
the
Actually, her dad was already rich,
that's
lawyer
true?
in L.A. Well,
uh,
rich-ish, probably PMC level.
and also yes,
That's the by the way.
and also, who wants to see sex tapes of me? Vern
Hey,
Troyer would
hey,
be
never
like
sell yourself short. You are someone's kink.
No, I'm probably someone's kink, a big black
You're a black
guy.
man. You're a lot of white girls' kinks.
I'm not big though. I'm not the black guy from Armageddon big.
yes. Um, yeah, I think the sense of furnishes is the point. Yeah, in the quote, like I was in the middle of reading, it's like as in David Greer still says, I find such games. Not only do I look forward to a day, to sometime in the future when governments, corporations, and the rest will be looked at as historical curiosities in the same way as we do now at the Spanish Inquisition and nomadic invasion.
The
But I
Inquisition
prefer,
still exists, just
the,
FYI.
yeah, but I prefer the solutions to immediate problems and then not give more power to government or corporations, but rather to give people the means to manage their own affairs as well too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
David Graeber was
because
awesome.
He was awesome. Apparently he worked on the book for like pirates, and like that is coming out soon. Essentially, they've like I guess they have enough there for do this as well too. We're gonna say poor in a way to say brown. Yeah, Joe McGlory.
Hmm.
My mind went to I am a temporary alive corpse. There's also a skeleton inside me. Yes, we are meat necks for our
Caliente.
skeletons.
I'm
Uh,
temporarily electrified meat. Technically, because there's a hole that runs all the way through us, we're meat donuts.
yeah. Oh my God, that's right. It's such an interesting hole that goes into like many different directions as well, too.
Well, I mean, it twists and turns, but it's still just, the one tube.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's if she's not like wealthy, she would never have been in like the position to
Hmm.
be in that tape. Yeah, exactly. Which, yeah, so it's just like. Yeah, oh, it just like takes this one thing, and then something you're famous as well too, and just like the even for like
These
actors
are
who
all
like
lies that the capitalists tell to keep us from rioting.
right even when like I forgot like this was like ad I saw a long time ago on YouTube for like these kind of like coaching things to like coach you how to be like a big YouTuber as well too, and like the person like tells this like success story as well too. It's just like okay. I understand you became successful and you like went from rags to riches as well too. You had to live in your parents' garage. You were fortunate enough that your parents had a big enough house that they could give you their garage for you to live in. So
Hmm.
you were still even though it's like you didn't want to be in that situation, you were still in the privileged position to be able to like start from
Sort of like
somewhere.
J.K. Rowling. I was a struggling single mother living with my family. They were able to put me up without me having to work.
Yeah. And that's not even going into like Jeff Bezos and others having like billionaires parents or like rich parents as well, parents to be able to like fund their like startups and so that sort of thing too. Or again with Bill Gates, he had to be so fucking like born rich at this very specific time that in 1964 is like high school, a preppiest high school you can find in
Hmm.
that area had like a computer lab or a
Yep.
computer period, and
And then
his
he went to, not technically Ivy League. Well, no, he did go to Ivy League. He went to Harvard. It wasn't MIT.
yeah.
And
Here's
then the
the
thing is, his mom took this little program he wrote and introduced it to a colleague of hers.
Yes.
I can
That
guarantee
colleague happened to be the president of IBM because she was a rich person serving on the board of a charity.
I gotta be
Yes.
honest, I can guarantee you black schools did not have computer labs
Oh,
back then.
absolutely not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
But they weren't good.
No. They're probably like not real funded as well too, which is like almost part of the reason as well too. Uh, yeah, this actually was like they like plot in like one of the numbers like episodes as well too. That show, interesting show. Where it's just like
Not building models and actually found a job he liked, he could probably be a rich person.
this, or
Mm.
yeah, and there's also all the things that's like, well, you enjoy building models, why don't you make that a career and do like YouTube videos as well too? It's like.
Well, I already do that.
Yeah, but it's like how often are those people are successful as well too. Again, back to like Twitch streamers. There's many Twitch streamers. I open up a friend's like stream right now, but like is only the top 1%. Even Linux has like said this is before. They sometimes mention at the grocery store. It's like, what do you do for them? Oh, I'm a Twitch streamer. It's like, oh, you're a Twitch streamer. You must be like so successful. It's just like, yeah, they. I wonder what's how many like people they have on their Twitch streams as subscribers now as well too. Or followers. That's right. On YouTube, it's subscribers. On Twitch, it's followers. But if you're a subscriber on like Twitch, you're paying that person like money to get at reviewing sub badge and like a emotes as well too. 439 like followers my friend Littlequin has, and then that's an Echo, their spouse, has like 1.2k followers as
And
well
that's
too.
probably enough to barely keep the lights on.
I gotta be
If
honest.
that.
as someone who actually works for a school with the Florida State Seminoles, I don't know if you guys know who those are.
Yep.
No, no.
Florida Southern University. It's a school that's a little bit north of Gainesville.
No, it's Florida State. Oh, sorry, the Florida State Seminoles. I'm sorry. I'm always
W Florida's.
There's so
I'm
many
always-
racisms.
well, yeah, they're called the Seminoles.
And actually, depending on the school, that might be one of the ones that tries to be respectful and actually asks members of the tribe
Yeah,
to
they
help.
do.
Unlike the University of Indiana, where they just make shit up and have done for a century.
Although a lot of people, there are a lot of white people who go to those games here in Tallahassee, where I live. It's a tomahawk shop, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
I
White
don't
people
do-
are the worst.
I
White
don't
people
do-
ought to be genocided.
I'm gonna be honest. Like when I would see people do that, I was like, "Why are we doing this? Because this looks stupid."
Because of racism.
Mhm.
That's the fun thing about being autistic, and like looking at neurotypicals doing.
We should go to like a Celtics game and mime spreading cheese on crackers.
I feel lucky that I made enough money to pay for my mic and my camera on Twitch. Yeah, I made some money on Twitch, but again, it's just like once there's like extra money in my bank account that like I know it's not I don't need to keep in there for like the computer I have it on a monthly payments as well too. I'm going to be paying off until like March of 2025, like $106 a month. But if like enough money to cover that, then any extra money I got is going to go to like Phoenix or others. So yeah, so that's why I do Twitch stream, and also now I'm like simulcasting or like multicasting or like simul streaming to YouTube as well too. I'm a small enough streamer that like if there's barely anyone in my Twitch stream, that's fine because there might be one person that like knows me on YouTube but doesn't have a Twitch account that will see me on YouTube and like, oh hey, you're streaming on YouTube. Yes, I am.
Have you seen OnlyFans?
You could probably make decent money just taking pictures of your feet.
I would have to like do that too. I barely post on social media as is, so it's just be like, I guess I have like thought about like have a TikTok account. I think I'm thinking of like posting videos on TikTok, mostly just like on like my musings, ramblings, and like or events. It just like in TikTok form. You never know like when any one of them is going to like take off or something like that, or people will like watch it. But like wouldn't know when I would have the time to like make TikToks as well too.
You can do that at
it
work.
Yeah, that probably am going to just like start doing that at work. Just like on a second as word, just like do like a quick TikTok video and just like what's on my mind, almost like shower thoughts, but just like on TikTok as well too. And
Again,
looking more-
OnlyFans. Shower thoughts.
I see what you did there, you nasty bastard. Shower thoughts.
Okay, I didn't intend that, but it works.
Yes, I'm that hoe over there.
You have to wash them with your shower head. It's a detachable shower head. You can just wash them all over. Well, it's like, oh, by the way, speaking of thoughts, I thought of whenever there's another mass shooting, I'm just gonna send thoughts and pairs.
No, thoughts and bears. Send thoughts and bears. As in slutty girls and big hairy dudes.
Oh, okay, that can work too. I was
Yeah.
thinking of thoughts and pears, like the fruit, considering that thoughts usually have pear-shaped bodies. But
Yeah.
okay. And
Uh,
now
No,
your
thoughts come in all sizes.
Yeah, that's true. And now your incel is showing.
I didn't say anything.
I did. I was being funny.
Same here. Let's see what's like other white people think. Hugging and pointing and pointing two of our back friends.
Yeah.
I think
I
I'll
read
use
that
my
as
credit
black
card. Going shopping. We do the shopping thing. Putting things in the shopping cart, swiping the credit card, yelling at a cop.
I would have voted for Obama for. I would have voted.
Get Out's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
See, well, and see, that's ironic now that because now people are trying to weaponize anti-Semitism as anything criticizing Israel.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not a new thing, but yeah.
That's
But-
always been a thing since Israel's been a thing.
But then I'm now reminded of people who like how everyone was called a racist that they didn't agree with Obama on like everything he did. So it's kind of the same thing.
Well, I mean, the thing is, there was a shit ton of white supremacy going on.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
But yeah.
This, I mean, like the Tea Party movement is where it was like an anti-Obama movement is where all because like he might be raising the taxes of like the rich billionaires. The Koch brothers really like planned for like weaponize the whole thing to like get a whole movement of
Yep.
basically
The
libertarian.
thing is, just looking at the response to the Trump candidacy, that was not astroturfed. We
Yeah.
just genuinely have that many open white supremacists in the U.S.
It was black mistype. That's where. So it's just like I read that as black friend, and it's just like yeah. So it's like I knew I thought that was what you're going for, like Joe McClory. I think white people like brought it up, but it's like back friends. Like well, we were talking about pears and peaches just before, so it's like thoughts and peaches.
Watermelon next.
No. I wasn't going to say anything as well too, but the watermelon.
Sometimes it's funny for us to make fun of our own kind. That's for sure.
Or at least the ridiculous stereotypes.
Yeah, the ridiculous stereotypes. Yeah.
Yeah, just see, and that's another thing too about being black and autistic and working around people who don't know how you are. You just see at the Christmas party, I'm like, everyone talks about, hey, girl, I'm the man, shawty gotta do this. And I'm over here like reading a book about the space shuttle. So, I'm just like over here being like, what's going on over there? I don't know. They're talking. And then I'm over here reading a book about the space shuttle or some shit, or
I mean, it's a space shuttle. It's like cool, and just like there's so many different things.
it's like
Well, and NASA's space shuttle is cool.
yeah.
SpaceX is stupid.
And then I read like Comment by Carl Sagan or something.
I mean, it's Carl Sagan, as it were.
Mhm.
In order to make a apple pie from scratch, you must
Must first invent the universe.
Are any Neil deGrasse Tyson fans? I know he could be pretty pretentious.
He can
No,
be
he
obnoxious
can't.
when he steps out of his astronomy lane.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, he's okay.
Yeah, I think he did interview like Ben Shapiro once, or was he on Ben Shapiro's show? It's just like a minor issue I have with there as well too. But like he was at least arguing for trans people there too. I don't think he convinced Ben Shapiro though, but like he was like defending trans people in that instance.
Who knows
Yeah,
if Ben
calling-
Shapiro even actually cares? The dude's just pure grift.
A grifter.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna
Uh,
I mean, Carl Sagan is still my guy. Like, I mean, I do like Neil deGrasse, but Carl Sagan is my dude.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Carl Sagan is pretty good. He was like definitely more radical than his contemporaries, right? That's for sure.
He was
Mhm.
actually woke before woke even was a thing, because he actually like criticized the Star Wars movie.
But for being just like very white, it's like
Right,
Mhm.
or they're all humans except maybe this one.
Talking bear.
Yeah,
Yeah. oh, there are other aliens, but yet the other aliens were not principal characters other than Chewie.
Well,
Yeah.
but I mean, part of that is that we're talking a matter of cost.
True.
I mean,
Definitely
the
true.
best you could expect would have been rubber forehead aliens, unless I mean, and the fact is, they did have some revolutionary characters. They introduced the Authorian in the very first film, and that was pretty awesome.
Mhm.
I mean, we're talking about a guy with this weird snaky shark head thing, and that's pretty cool. But obviously, that would have been untenable for a long-term actor. So, I mean, that's why, like somebody recently said, sometime in the last 15 years, pointing out that video games are really the future of sci-fi, because you can have actual aliens that have non-human designs, because it's necessarily going to be entirely created inside the game system, inside the engine.
Yeah. That and true for fantasy characters too. I saw a video of like the character creation thing in like Baldur's Gate 3, the nudity options, and this
Switching between vulva and penis, and it's like vulva floppity flop, vulva floppity flop.
Yeah, and the video producer's like, for research. We're all here for research, right? It's like, but here's the Dragonborn, and here's how the Dragonborn looks without clothes, and yes, you can choose like either the vulva or the floppy flop. Yes, as well. So yeah, Joe McClure said like, yeah, calling anti-scientists and anti-Semitic is as old as the NAFBOT. Yeah, I agree. And referred to Neil deGrasse Tyson, even in his lane, he's kind of a dick at times. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I know Aaron doesn't like him too much.
Which Aaron?
Aaron Green, Kama Sutra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if anything else that like it maybe because like his interview with Ben Shapiro, or like there are times that he's just like kind of the dick or just like outside his lane, and it's like I understand Neil deGrasse Tyson, I understand it, but it's a movie. Come on, it's make believe, something like that. And even when he talked to like James Cameron of like Titanic's where too, he got the night sky wrong in Titanic, to which they credit to James Cameron and said, yeah, I guess I would not have made $1 billion with that movie if I actually had the correct night sky there.
Don't like James Cameron. Don't hate on James Cameron.
Oh, I don't hate on James Cameron as well too. It was a successful movie as well too. I am almost done watching 5 hours and 40 minutes Judge Gender and Anox Star Wars video. Wow.
And I like Titanic. Like I said, a lot of the movies.
Mithros's not here, so Mithros's not come down your throat for mentioning Titanic again. Then again, I brought it up, so like you're on the clear too as well.
Yeah, I mean, I know we like to make a lot of jokes about me and Titanic, but it was the first big blockbuster that I saw when I was a kid, and
yeah, that makes sense.
it really got me into ships back then because I was like and like you said, it's a movie that I can enjoy on a date. Maybe wait, John, you said that's not a date movie, right?
It's 3 fucking hours long.
It's a date movie if you can hold your pee.
Or at least at home where you can pause it and just get up in for an intermission as well too. Because back when they released that movie Titanic on VHS, it was on 2 VHSs.
Yeah, I remember that.
And also Stephanie J. Gould needs more credits as a cool science. Okay, yeah. So,
yeah, Stephen Jay Gould is pretty okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Although I can watch Mean Girls as a date movie though. I can do that.
I still have not seen Mean Girls at all.
I have.
That was Lindsay Lohan at the height of her cocaine addiction.
Yeah.
And alcoholism.
I haven't watched Lindsay Lohan back in the day too.
A lot of people did. She was a Disney chick.
Yeah. You're both in the same age range, so it's not creepy at all as well, too.
Wait, me and Lindsay Lohan?
I think you.
I think she's about. She's a little older than him. I think maybe about 10 years.
She's like in her 40s, isn't she?
Oh wow,
No, I think she's late 30s. I think she's more Jonathan's age.
Oh, yeah.
She was born 1986. She's 37.
Okay. Yeah.
So she's about 10 years older than Isaiah. About the same age as you, Jonathan.
No, 7.
Avril Lavigne, 37 then, isn't she? Because she was born the same year. Let me check.
Yeah. Why do you have to go and make things?
Avril Lavigne is from 1984. She's 39.
Oh,
So
okay.
sorry, Isaiah, you can't date her, but I can. I'm gonna steal Avril Lavigne from you.
Well, we're still in our.
I'm gonna learn how to skateboard so I can steal Avril Lavigne.
Hey, you want to be a skater boy?
No.
She'll say, "See you later, boy."
I have a skateboard though. Which
I'm gonna skate in playing the electric guitar, and she's gonna go, "Wow, you're so cool, John." I don't know how she'll know my name, but she will.
I was like, that song was like, she was a boy, he was a girl.
Yep.
I got those two confused back in the day.
I understand. I mean, with some song lyrics, there's like no one knows what the fuck Kurt Cobain is singing in Nirvana songs about too. They're great songs too, but you have to actually look at this.
What is this song all about? Can't figure any lyrics out. How do the words To it go, oh well, whatever, I don't
No,
know.
no, 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 no. Yeah, Smells Like Nirvana. That was the parody song by Weird Al Yankovic. And he also got like nominated for the VMAs for like a best male vocalist. Oh, best male performer for that one. That was a good music video to parody the original music video, which was a good music video as well too.
Mhm.
Apparently,
Jam concert, geek.
what?
Have you been to a Pearl Jam concert? I've always wanted to go to one.
No, I haven't. I haven't been to many concerts, to be fair. The only like the closest to a Seattle band that I did go to as well too. Well, a few local bands, but it was like a friend of mine. He was pretty cool actually. He was in a band and they were the opening act to like it wasn't Queensryche. It was like Jeff Tate's like a band or whatever. The Jeff Tate band essentially. So like Jeff Tate, the lead singer of Queensryche. Queensryche being like an '80s metal progressive metal band. But they played a lot of like of the Queensryche classic tracks as well too. So it's just like effectively it was just like Queensryche, but without the rest of the members of Queensryche because apparently they have issues with Jeff Tate and like that's why they're not back together again and why they're doing the separate things as well too. So that was kind of interesting. But that's so like I didn't see Queensryche. I saw Jeff Tate's band, and that's the closest thing to I've seen to of Seattle band in concert. And that was the last concert I've been to as well too.
I've only been to one concert. That was a Flogging Molly concert back in Arizona.
Flogging Molly's pretty good though. That's an awesome band to go to.
But it was a standing room only kind of thing. There were no seats, and so everybody was standing there. It was like a liquid, and it kept getting kicked in the head by crowd surfers.
Yeah. Hey, if you're not aware of the crowd surfers there, then you're like, yeah, they can be annoying. Weird Al also made my favorite Christmas song, "Christmas at Ground Zero." I like that song too, as well.
Is that like a 9/11 song?
Probably a nuclear bomb song.
Yeah, it was made in the '80s though, so it was like Nuclear Bomb.
Probably okay, because you know Ground Zero. I think of 9/11. So
Yeah, well, that was a Ground Zero. Yeah. But I like the other Christmas song that Weird Al Yankovic made on like Bad Hair Day. That was the album he did with the Amish Paradise. The Night That Santa Went Crazy is more rocking tune as well too. But I like both songs. Yeah, that's the kind of Christmas songs I like. Christmas at Ground Zero and The Night That Santa Went Crazy. Because, like, as like Mithril said, and a lot of people express it's just like, oh god, it's December already. The fucking Christmas music at the fucking grocery store.
Harry, right, Harry. All I Want for Christmas Is You. One of my favorites.
This and Mithril correctly guessed it that you're just gonna pick a Wham song as well too.
Whamageddon, trying to get through Christmas without hearing that song.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but then the very next day, you gave it away.
You gave it away.
This year, I like Tears for Fears. Save it for someone special.
I got your link from my Discord. I'm in the Revolution. In real life, Scottish Marxist. And
I don't know what those are.
You're from the Kevin Logan Discord server. Welcome in, Katie Marshall. How are you doing? Scottish Marxist as well too. Well, I have no problem with Marxists as well too. I honestly don't have.
I kind of have a problem with the Scottish, but that's mostly because they didn't do
fuck you.
They didn't do their own Brexit in response to Brexit.
I don't know if I can like blame the Scotland for that as well too. And that FYI, Scott is my last name, and that's my dad traced it back to Scotland in Scotland as well too. So there's the Scottish part as well too. Hey, there's that.
I'm so Scottish. My name is Scott.
Yes, actually, yeah, true. But I'm part of a lot of many different things as well too. My ancestors did not care who they had relations with. Yeah, welcome.
But yes, you're welcome.
Yes, we don't really like distinguish as well too. It's only like if you do like apologetics for like genocide as well too, like Stalinists as word that sort of thing too. Then maybe we'll have a problem. Or like the Maoists who don't recognize that Mao did awful things as well too. Basically,
the Cultural Revolution was a terrible idea.
Yeah,
to say the least.
Yeah. I mentioned that to my co-host post as well too. It's just like, yeah, what to do with the revolution and how to plan it. It's going to take a lot of fucking work, and it's like, and instead of doing that work, I kind of decide to like just work 12-hour days in order to like give money to like the people in need, like Joanna, like Phoenix, like Joey, like the people in charitylinks.page, and yeah. Yes, seen IPC, corn, and cold. I guess when I grew up, we were not allowed to be but I was like advocating revolution and here being like evil leftists as well too. Yeah, no, advocate for revolution. That's what we're all for. And I remember being like disappointed as I'm not seeing Stain, but Aaron Lewis is making more and more. But no, yeah, Aaron Lewis is like seems to be like he. Briefly, when Aaron Lewis was like touring with like Stain as well too, he's like I think he just had this severe addiction problem still, and he was like fighting that, which is why the inconsistent performances with like Stain as well too. But like yeah, knowing more and more about like a Stain, it's just like or Aaron Lewis at least with Stain, it's just like yeah, good artist, but I don't know if I would like him as a person. Now ICP again, Liquid actually has a story about ICP. And from what I heard about like the fan group around Insane Clown Posse, the Juggalos, they seemed like cool people.
I didn't know Gene Simmons from Kiss was such an asshole. Apparently,
Oh, I'm not surprised by that. Honestly, he just like cares about like making money as well too. He didn't see Kiss and like himself as like great recording artists. It's just a vehicle to making money as well too.
and
Uh, but like apparently, if I think I'm correct on this, to Liquid, Liquid saw a lot of concerts as were and then turn around, and I think at one Juggalo event that hosted by like the Insane Clown Posse, I think Violent J realized that Liquid was queer and got Liquid to come out as queer, gay at the time as well too. But just like, you know. That's also a Violent J. He's an interesting guy, to say the least, but like, and all the things that kind of do matter, he's kind of like cool and awesome in the right ways as well too. So I'll give that for Insane Clown Posse, even though I haven't like listened to any of their songs before. I've heard of them, so it's kind of like successful in marketing there as well too.
they're the ones that say "fucking magnets." How do they work?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. But
Be honest. Do you know how magnets work?
Yes, it's called
polarity?
It's called magnetism. Certain atoms in a thing can align with the other atoms on the other thing.
It's one of the forces of nature, electromagnetism. Just like gravity, just like the weak nuclear force and the strong nuclear force.
Strong nuclear force.
Okay, how does a whistle work?
I have no idea because I can't whistle.
Compressed air through a pipe or something.
That is not an explanation. Because you can blow through a pipe without making a whistling noise.
Is it you have to hit something to like split the air? I think I don't know.
No, that's how a reed works. For a whistle, it's because it goes around inside the chamber and creates a resonance pattern, the size of the chamber.
Wow, John, I didn't think you were as smart as all of us. Fuck.
Is Gene Simmons still alive? Bloody hell! Great
Yep.
singer back in the day. How old is he now? That's a good question.
He is, I'm guessing, 67. 74.
Not, not Gene Gene Simmons. There we go. 74. Yep, Gene Simmons. At least
Oh dear, he was born in Israel. Is he a Zionist?
Yeah. Oh God, I've heard he is.
He was a supporter of the foreign policy of the George W. Bush administration, supporting the invasion of Iraq.
He also was critical on Obama about things.
In 2010, he said he regretted voting for Obama and criticized the 2009 healthcare reforms.
My favorite rock star is probably Joan Jett.
Joan Jett is awesome,
Anarchist.
Yep,
probably.
That wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Hey, well, she's
in 2012, he endorsed Mitt Romney. Okay, yeah. Gene Simmons. Well, there's a reason he's still alive. Then we can tell.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck? I agree. Like, Katie Marshall. So anyway, We're at the 90-minute mark as
Oh,
we're,
so we are.
We mentioned without me having anything prepared for this show. I'm glad that
Why would we prepare? It's New Year's Eve. Obviously, we don't give a shit.
Nor
NYE, Nye, Bill Nye, get it?
Bill
No, I believe NYE is a store where they sell CDs.
No, that's FYE.
Yeah.
Oh.
Goody.
I wonder if FYE is still around. Maybe they are still around because they're able to sell Funko Pops. That's it. Those pop toys.
There was one in there was one in the Tallahassee Mall, but it closed down along with the rest of the mall. So
the rest of the mall scrolls down. There's a FYE in the big mall again here in Tukwila. Everyone else goes to the South Center, but it's the Westfield Shopping Center. I wonder if that FYE is still there.
out of place.
I doubt they sell hentai still. They used to though.
Pike Place Marketplace. That sounds like a Northeast thing to call it. You'll never hear someone in Florida call something like that. They'll just call it the Spot or something.
Yeah.
So there's a stadium here called Doe Campbell Stadium, which is where the Seminoles play.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never hear people call it Doe Campbell Stadium. They'll just call it Doak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and one more thing. Sorry, I'm sorry if I'm interrupting.
No problem. No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, so the last football coach we had here, his name was Bobby Bowden. Okay, so name Bobby Bowden, so you know this is gonna be a joke. He was like the only things that mattered to him were God and football.
Yep, I imagine some people are like that.
I'm like, Buzz Lightyear is like, yep, no intelligent life here. Moving on.
Speaking of moving on, so Isaiah Taylor, I kind of brought it up as a joke, but yes, you have two YouTube channels,
Yes.
the Sinister Intelligent channel, but also the Autistic
Modeler Society, which I actually just put a video up, actually.
Mhm. So there's links to both of Isaiah Taylor's YouTube channels. You also have your own Instagram, Isaiah Taylor 60, where you can see pictures of your cosplay and models that you have put together. And it sounds Texan to me. Yeah, I figure so. By the way, I want to be afraid of the future of the people who killed toys are us, as are getting into medical staffing businesses. Fucking hell.
Mm-hmm. What's her name? Rebecca Watson did a video on that sometime in the last month.
Yeah,
I've heard the name. But Rebecca Watson is such a generic white name anyway, so.
She's pretty awesome.
Yeah, she's still pretty awesome, pretty radical, and a good a science enthusiast as well too. It's I don't think is she a scientist herself, or is she just
no, just a science communicator, a fan.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I think most of I don't know what her various degrees are in, but I think it might have been in marketing stuff.
Well, yeah. So that's one thing about. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So that's one thing about the scientists as well too. If they or even medical doctors as well too. If they have the credentials, they're proud of the credentials. They should. PC Myers as well too.
Mm-hmm.
He is a biologist. He'll show his credentials, and he'll love to talk to you about spiders. Absolutely, you love.
Once upon a time, it was fish. Now it's spiders.
Mm-hmm. And he has one of the best dry wits on the internet, honestly. One of the best, not the best. He says that Sean has the best dry wit there. And Sean, the skull guy, yeah, he has a pretty good dry wit too as well. But anyway, so there's Isaiah Taylor's links. Please do remember to check out Shorty links the page for all the various comrades that we have and what they need for that. I mentioned Phoenix, who's in the live chat. Hello, Phoenix. I hope you're doing. But how? Why do they allow that to happen? Because capitalism.
The U.S. is the worst.
Yes, there's.
Whether you're talking about the death of Toys R Us or those people getting into medical care, either way, it's because the U.S. is the worst.
Right. Communication. So Rebecca Watson has a degree in communications. That makes sense, honestly. Yeah, and definitely science needs good communicators as well too, because There's no easy yes or no answers to things. There's like, here's what the recent studies have found, but like more needs to be required. There's not a definitive answer of the things, and like, but like we can be very certain about certain things, like climate change. There we go. But anyway, so be sure to check out cherrylinks.page. I think I will just like mention but also check out links down below, and as well as charity links on page for Phoenix, Joanna, and Joe Fire Reindeer. Help them out if you have extra money as well too. I'm Summer Geek, Summer Geek and co-host, Summer Geek on Blue Sky, Summer Geek on Tumblr, Summer Geek on Twitter. Yep, I'm still on Twitter.
OnlyFans. I'm just kidding.
I don't know if I want to like. You're right. There's probably someone that I'm someone's kink as well. So who knows? Maybe OnlyFans won't hurt, but I have to like take time and effort to do OnlyFans. I have a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel, and I barely use those. I'm finally starting to use my YouTube channel because I can because Twitch allows restreaming now, and so I can like do my gaming streaming to like YouTube as well as Twitch, and that's what I'm going to do right after we end this call. So yeah, Summer Geek on YouTube and Twitch. Check this out. I will stream later today. My family is doing the family dinner tonight, so I'll probably have to cut my stream short around like 4 p.m. my time as well too. So then yeah, and John Brockman, you're part of another podcast, aren't you?
Indeed. Dungeons and Debacles. Right now, we are forcing someone to get married because he had sex.
Of course.
It's one of our party members. It's really awkward and fun for the rest of us.
Yep. Okay, so comrades, do take care of yourself. Eat, drink, and stay hydrated, and like take care of yourselves.
Stay off the streets and keep your pets inside, and be ready to comfort them when people start exploding things, because some people do that because they suck.
Oh, Joe McGlory, you finally got your Blue Sky account. Awesome.
I'm actually
Nice.
not
Awesome.
really that. Despite being autistic, I'm not really that against fireworks for some reason. I don't know.
They're kind of cool looking, but they make a lot of noise.
Yeah, they scare pets.
Yeah, I know.
And I prefer pets.
I personally would not want to be like close to the fireworks show where I can like smell the sulfur as well too. But like,
Fireworks have a place, and that place is inside capitalists' homes.
We're not doing the satanic terrorism that's we're ending the show. No, bad job, Bachman. Bad.
I'm saying blow up their toilets with cherry bombs. That's all. Blow up their solid gold toilets.
Hello, Mom. Hello. Wait. No. It's hello, Daddy. Hello, Mom. You cherry bomb.
Yep.
All right. Later, comrades.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Do a terrorism. Don't do it.
No! Shut up! Don't listen to